Conservative new media viewers and boxing fans around the world, what is up? It's me, PFV, Paul F. Villarreal, and we're here to discuss Miguel Angel Cotto's destruction of Sergio Maravilla Martinez tonight in Madison Square Garden, New York City, with the victory. Cotto wins his fourth title in a different weight class. It was an incredible performance, and we're going to give you all the information right now. Also, as soon as we can, we will put information in the video description below the video player for video highlights of this fight. Now, let me just clarify here. This was a stoppage fight. Sergio Martinez was stopped, but it was stopped at the start of the 10th round, meaning there was no knockout punch. Nothing like that happened. Basically, it looked like his corner threw in the towel. I'm making this video 5 minutes after the fight just ended. First of all, I had Cotto ahead on the scorecards 86-79 with 3 rounds to go, meaning Martinez was down 7 points. There was almost no way he could win this fight. And let me just say, it is clear to me that Sergio Martinez is a shell of his former self. Not only is he 39 years old, his knees appear shot. His knees did not look good for this entire fight. His balance didn't look good. He looked like he had very little power on his punches. So let's get that out of the way. That being said, this was a awesome masterclass vintage performance by Miguel Cotto. So people are going to say this was all Martinez being shot. No. Miguel Cotto fought a brilliant fight, a brilliant, technical, destructive fight. This looked like the Miguel Cotto that we saw early in his career at 140 pounds that would just hunt people down and destroy them with the left hook. He dropped Martinez 3 times in the first round. It didn't look like Martinez was going to survive the first round, but he did. And then later on, a knockdown was scored in the 9th round, even though it appeared as though it should not have been scored a knockdown. Martinez, I believe, got hit with a left hand, almost touched his knee on the canvas, but it did not appear that it did touch the canvas. However, after the round, the corner, I believe, stopped the fight. Miguel Cotto did almost anything he wanted to do in this fight. He fought incredibly intelligently. He would not let Martinez set him up for that off-balance, hit you from nowhere, left hand down the middle. He knew what Martinez was trying to do. He dictated what he wanted to do. He was backing Martinez up against the ropes, landing heavy power shots. And for one of the first times I can remember, Sergio Martinez was actually fighting with his hands up. If you've watched Martinez throughout his career, he usually fights with his hands down because his reflexes are so good. He's not worried about getting hit. Well, he was worried about getting hit tonight because he got hit hard in the first round and after the first round as well. This was as good a performance by Miguel Cotto as honestly as I can ever remember, and I've seen most of his fights. What this says to me is that Miguel Cotto has power at 160 pounds, and literally he only weighs about 155 pounds, but it looks like he brought his power up with him. Also, he can compete with some middleweights. Maybe not all of them, but some of them he probably will be able to compete with because he still has good movement. His reflexes are good. He's an excellent technical boxer, much better than people think that he is. He's often underrated in terms of his technical ability. He was very fluid, was bouncing on his feet, did what he wanted to do, and just systematically wore down and destroyed Sergio Martinez, who fought much better after the first round or two. It wasn't that he did absolutely nothing. It just looked like he didn't have enough power on his punches, probably because of the weak legs. And honestly, Miguel Cotto just outboxed him. He just flat out outboxed him. And because Cotto is shorter, he was a more difficult target for Martinez to hit. And that gave Martinez problems, and Miguel played it perfectly. He did exactly what he wanted to do. And this puts Miguel Cotto right back into the mix. Who's he going to fight next? Is he going to fight Pacquiao again? Is he going to fight Mayweather again? Could we see a fight with Gennady Golovkin at 160 pounds? Miguel Cotto is right back on top of the sport now with this victory. This was as impressive a win as you can possibly imagine. And unfortunately for Sergio Martinez, this is probably the end. He does not look like he could possibly compete at the top level anymore. His legs just do not appear to be there. And he's 39 years old, and he's a guy that relies on speed and reflexes, and they're not going to get any better at 39 years old. So, terrific win for Miguel Cotto. Miguel Angel Cotto doing all of the Puerto Ricans that were in attendance in Madison Square Garden and all over the world proud. This was just a terrific performance. And even at 33 years old, Miguel appears to have quite a bit left. And I am very excited to see some upcoming fights of him after this performance, including at 154 and 160 pounds. I really believe this guy can take on some good 160-pounders. He appears like he's got the power. He still has the pop in his punch. And the movement and the endurance and everything else still seems to be there. No matter how faded Sergio Martinez might have been tonight, he's still Sergio Martinez. He's not an easy guy to fight, and he certainly isn't an easy guy to stop. The only other person who ever did it was Antonio Margarito, about a decade ago? So, hats off to Miguel Cotto and his fans. An incredible victory tonight in Madison Square Garden in New York City. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Your comments below. What did you think about this fight? Thanks a lot for watching Conservative New Media. Once again, I am Paul F. Villarreal. Great talking to you. A great night for fights, and we're looking forward to the next big one coming soon.